Hello children, welcome to our class. Now the chapter 2, forces and laws of motion. In the last chapter we studied motion of a body along a straight line, right, in terms of velocity, acceleration and distance travelled by the body in a particular time. See, we know that the motion can be uniform or non-uniform. In the present chapter, we shall try to understand the cause of motion. Do all motions require a cause? If so, what is the nature of this cause? Why does the speed of an object change? That means increase or decrease with the time? How can the direction of the motion of a body be changed? See, all these things we can get that idea in forces and laws of motion. Chapter overview, introduction, what is forces, balanced and unbalanced force, first law of motion, inertia and mass, second law of motion, third law of motion. See, observe the ball. It does not move forever. It just comes to rest after some times. This observation suggested that the state of rest is the natural state of an object. See, what is force? Which we have given the external force to that body. What is force? See, in science, force is the push or pull on an object with mass that causes it to change velocity, to change accelerate. See, force represents as a vector, which means it has both magnitude and direction. In fact, no one has seen force or tasted force. However, we see or feel the effects of force. Is it right? See, what are the effects of force? A force may move a body at rest. A force may stop a moving object. The force can change the speed of a body. A force can change the direction of a moving body. A force may change the size and shape of a body. See, let us perform an activity to understand these effects of force in a better way, right? In this activity, we are going to demonstrate how force can change the position, motion, shape, size of an object. Okay. First, we can demonstrate how force can change the position of an object. Take the toy car and push. When the force applied to it, it moves the stationary object to change the position. If we put our hand in front of the toy car, it will change the position. That means it stops. A force may stop the moving object also. Or you get it? Yes. And the next one is when we can see how the force can change the size of an object. See, this down, when we apply the force or press, the shape of the dough changes from their original size, right? The next one is a force may change shape of an object. How? We can see. See, by seeing this spring, when we stretch the spring by applying outward forces on the two ends of the spring, the length of the spring increases and its shape also changes, right? Suppose when the spring is compressed by applying inward forces on the two ends of the spring, the length of the spring decreases and its shape also changes. See, when the shape of an ointment tube changes when we squeeze the tube by applying force on it. This helps to know a force may change the shape of a body. Right. A force may change the direction also. How? When a moving ball is hit on a wall, it goes in a different direction. The force applied by the wall changes the direction of a moving ball. Right. Now, from this activity, you can understand what is force. Force is an external effort in the form of pushing, pulling, stretching, compressing, which may move a body at rest or stop a moving body or change the speed of a body or also change in direction of a moving body or changing the size and the shape of a body. Right. Next, balanced and unbalanced forces. See, the forces that we come across in day-to-day life can be divided broadly into two types. That is balanced forces and unbalanced forces. Balanced force. If the resultant of all the forces acting on a body is zero, the force is called balanced force. See, that means the balanced force cannot change the state of rest or state of uniform motion or the direction of motion of the body. It means that a body at rest will continue to be at rest under the action of balanced forces. Right. What is unbalanced force? If the resultant of all the forces acting on a body is not zero, the force is called unbalanced force. The unbalanced force can change the state of rest or state of uniform motion or the state of direction of motion of the body. It should be clearly understood that when we talk of a force acting on a body, we usually mean an unbalanced force capable of changing the state of the body. See, by knowing that better way, we are going to perform some activities about what is balanced force and what is unbalanced forces. Let us see. Take a block on a horizontal wooden table. If you apply a force by pulling the string X, the block begins to move on the left side. See, similarly, if we pull the string Y, the block moves on the right side. But if the block pulled by both sides with equal forces, the block will not move. Such forces are called balanced force. Now, we can see unbalanced force. For that, different apparatus we have. Let's consider situations of two opposite forces of different magnitudes on this balance. Obviously, by seeing this, we can understand that the different weight. See, now the object which moves in the heavier side. We can observe in each case the resultant of the force is always greater than the zero. What is tug of war? With the above explanation, you can get more idea about the balanced and the unbalanced force. Is it right? See, and one more example I have given, that is tug of war. That means the rope pulling by two teams. The rope does not move in any direction because the forces applied by the two teams are equal and opposite. That means what? The forces applied are balanced force. See, in the first diagram which they have given, 300 Newton and 300 Newton, equal force. That is the balanced force. When two or more forces acting on an object are equal in all direction. That means results no movement. That also we have seen in that activity, right? What is unbalanced force which is given in that next team, that same team, which they have given 400 Newton one side, another side 300 Newton. Obviously the other side, it falls backward, right? See, the force is applied by releasing, that is an unbalanced force acting on other team, right? It moves in the direction with more force. See, sir, these are all some more examples for balanced and unbalanced forces. You can see that an aeroplane taking off, it is an unbalanced force. Just imagine that it is an unbalanced force. A book resting on a table, it is a balanced force. Kicking a football is an unbalanced force. A picture hanging on a wall, right, it is a balanced force. A parachutist falling at constant speed, same speed, that is balanced force. A car slowing down, it is an unbalanced force, obviously. A bike speeding up, unbalanced force. A boy standing still in the same position, rest position, that is balanced force. Stretching a spring, it is an unbalanced force. You can get more and more clarity by seeing these balanced, unbalanced forces example, right? Thank you, students.